Right, okay. Welcome to our first video on the NXT Takeover Orlando. I'm Adrian.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Andrew.
Okay, well, let's get straight into it. The first match, I'm not reading this off a crib sheet at all, was Sanity defeated Ty Dillinger, Ruby Riott, Roderick Strong, and Cassius Ohno.
Right. For me, I've said this before, I think Eric Young's being underutilized in NXT. That's no big secret, but what was good about the match was the fact that they were all able to put on a halfway decent match with the limitations the WWE gives you on a mixed tag.
Yeah, I think we can agree that the problem with a mixed tag is as soon as you get the women and the men together, you know that WWE don't let the men touch the women. So anytime you see a woman hitting a man, it's got to be broken up by another woman.
Yeah.
Men can't do it themselves. And I mean, that went into a segment where they were literally, both of the women were on the male wrestlers' backs.
And it also leads to a lot of interference being ran by the women, and you can really tell that it stalls a match. One other thing I'll say that stalled the match for me, but gets pretty good pops from the crowd, is that whole Cassius Ohno giving that one punch.
The one punch. I hate a one punch in wrestling. I really do. It's such a get out of jail free card. And I just think at this point it's kind of overutilized a lot.
Yeah. Not to say that there weren't any decent spots from the match, because while none stand out to me right now, I remember watching it and going, like, it helps me suspend disbelief, so I'm okay with it.
Well, if it helps that way, sure. Go
Yeah.
for
Right.
it. Shall we
I
go
think
for it?
for me, just to sum up with that match, I think it was kind of exactly what we expected to see from a Sanity match.
Yeah.
It felt very much like, let's try and get all the Sanity into a match on the pay-per-view because we've got all the Sanity and we kind of have to do something with them.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I get from them most pay-per-views. Anyone else? Any final thoughts on the match?
That's what happens when you bring a stable into a 1 hour show, though. I mean, yeah, it's your developmental, but you can't have a stable on it unless you're going to move them up to main roster and fast.
Yeah.
Last thoughts. Good match. Had some potholes that needed ironing over quite badly, but overall a solid yay.
Okay.
Okay, good. I'm glad we
Next
agree.
match, we'll just move swiftly on.
Yeah.
Because this is the second take of this video. The last one lasted about 40 minutes. And that's way
They
too
don't
long.
need to know that.
So moving
So
on.
the next match was Aleister Black, who defeated Andrade Cien Almas.
I'll say this, they both work really well. Their styles kind of match up. Partial high flying, good mat abilities. One thing that really surprised me was Aleister Black. Some of the high flying moves that he pulled
Yeah.
off, some of the breaks that he pulled.
Some of the things he did, I didn't actually expect him to be able to do, and I was,
Because
I
he
was
looks
quite
like a big
impressed.
guy, doesn't
Yeah,
he?
he does. I was quite impressed with his ring style. I think we can definitely say there's a reason both of these guys are in NXT. They are still,
Very
They're
they're
still a
still
lot of
developmental.
potholes.
They need work.
Definitely.
Going on to that though, I'll say CN, brilliant. He did really well for the time slot that he was given. I mean, it's the second match on the card, very much a throwaway match. You don't really want people to invest in it too much, but for me, he really took that time and went, here are the moves that I can do. I've proved I can hang with big guys, and I can prove that I can work with guys of my own caliber as well. So for me, he's really good, and I'd expect to see him main roster next year, maybe.
What, just in time for next WrestleMania?
Not in time for next WrestleMania, I reckon, possibly a SummerSlam.
I was thinking maybe
Okay.
even Money in the Bank.
Maybe it could be a surprise entrance.
I was gonna say if you see someone come up, it wouldn't be surprised if it's teased in like the Rumble.
Yeah, the Rumble's
Oh,
always a
yeah.
great place
The
to
Rumble's
do
always a
spoilers.
great place to throw somebody out and see how they hang with the main roster, because I mean they've done that a few times. Like Ty Dillinger, who was in the first match of the night, he was in this year's Rumble. What number did he come in at again? Can anyone remember?
Yes, no, very much a good place to tease him would be Rumble, I'll give it that. But I say if you're going to chuck him up, chuck someone like Eric Young up as well.
Yeah, Eric Young, I reckon, can probably handle a mid card. I don't ever think Eric Young's going to be main card.
A match at the moment, I would love to see, because I'm kind of like shipping this match, I guess you could say, would definitely be Bray Wyatt versus Eric Young. Because, not to mention, Eric Young's a good worker, and I think he could bring more out of Bray Wyatt. So, on to the next one.
Yeah, let's go on to the next one, which was the, for me, match of the night.
Yes, I'll also say that.
I've got to say, and that was the triple threat tag elimination, which was DIY getting eliminated first, and then went on to the Authors of Pain retaining the titles against the Revival.
Good match.
One thing that I will say,
Great match.
What I'm going to say about it is that I would have knocked the Revival out first, but that's only because of the work that DIY put in. They had some great spots where they mixed the two tag teams, which was really good. Like the
I enjoyed those.
The double submission holds that they had on him,
and they got out of that one perfectly. They managed to do it without making
Authors of
Pain look weak, and they managed to do it at the same time without making them look overpowerful.
Yeah.
Which is like a really, really tough line to tread, and they managed to do it perfectly, I thought, with that.
I know, and when you've got a great bunch of tag teams like that, you expect a good match, and for me it was definitely really good. The high-flying stuff, the table spots, I mean, one of the Authors of Pain going through that table, oh my goodness, it was one of those, after watching some hardcore matches from when you were younger, if they just add that little bit in, you're kind of always like, yes.
Match of the night for me, I've got to be honest. Any final thoughts?
Great match. Not my favourite match, because I tend to go for more singles competitors.
Yeah, true, I suppose. I will say that double powerbomb that they do, Authors of Pain, really, and I go back to it a lot, but the Authors of Pain double powerbomb looks really devastating a move. I cannot see them being able to keep it if they go to main roster. That'll get stripped faster, then let's not carry on with that.
Right, should we move on then?
Yeah.
Fourth match of the night was Asuka, who retained the belt. In not exactly any form of clean finish against Ember Moon. Good match. I thought both of the women could have done better.
Possibly.
I did like the fact they put it high up on the card.
It was nice placing.
I don't think they needed to finish it like that. I think they could have quite happily done a clean finish.
If they did a clean finish, and obviously Asuka retains,
I think they've got to have done that finish to go somewhere with it. I think.
Yeah.
So I guess we have to watch on and find out.
Yeah. I tell you what, for me, Asuka works too stiff for Ember Moon. Not to say that they didn't put on a good match. I mean, Ember Moon really hung at it, but you could tell there was points where she was struggling. And I really thought that Asuka, being the kind of competitor that she is, needs to really find that line on how stiff to work with your opponent. And that's just one thing I'll say about the match. Other than that, for me, it was good match, questionable finish, not really many memorable spots. But they did keep referencing that if Ember Moon could hit one specific move, her top rope move, that she would beat Asuka. So I'm assuming that if they are carrying on a rivalry, we will see that at a later date, and it'll just be kind of punctuated from.
That's when the title will change hands.
Yeah. Alright, so
my match of the night, actually.
Fair enough.
even though there were no memorable spots, it was I think it was solid all round. There were still potholes, there were still areas to clean up, but it's still developmental.
Yeah, I could.
You're
You expect that from an NXT pay-per-view, but one thing that I will say is, for a pay-per-view that has been put on by the WWE, it was okay.
Yeah.
And going on to the final match of the night.
The final match of the night was obviously Shinsuke Nakamura with his 58-minute long entrance. Lost to Bobby Roode, who retained the NXT Championship.
After his 100-minute entrance.
Yes. these guys are not shy of putting on a show on their entrances.
Alone.
And, I mean...
it gets the crowd going.
Yeah, I will say, you know, I think very much less so for Shinsuke, but more so for Bobby Roode. He kind of needs the theatre for the entrance because he's more of an entertainer.
Yeah,
from a performer.
Definitely.
He's much better with, you know,
promos,
he's much better with the promos.
the storylines.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to me, Bobby Roode is the talker, the promo guy, and Shinsuke is the more of the doing the business in the ring.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the way that they pushed it, because if anybody has seen what Shinsuke could do in New Japan, they would say that he's very much.
I kind of have.
Okay. Well, they would say that he's.
He's probably directing this a little bit more for the video.
Not
Okay.
But no,
Anyway.
he can very much do the same as Bobby Roode. He can get those crowd reactions. But for me, Shinsuke, there was one memorable point where I thought that Shinsuke was going to hit that Kinshasa on Roode, and it really got me like happy, because I was like, I really want to see that. And then you get that reversal into the spine buster, which
That was a good spine
great.
buster.
I
It
know
was
the
a
crowd,
great spine buster.
the crowd loved it.
I've got to be honest, I half expected that to be followed up by the people's elbow. It was he did it just like The Rock did it.
I don't think that would they allow him to do that?
Probably not.
Unless he called it the Rude elbow or the.
Yeah.
But no,
Just as long as you don't do this.
having that.
We just stand at the top and go, glorious. Whack.
There you go, the glorious elbow. No, having that one spot for me, it really made the match kind of feel better than the overall match was.
Yeah. I mean, I think
Shinsuke's kicks, I enjoy. Rude's kind of big man persona, I sort of can't really believe it as much as they want you to.
Yeah.
It doesn't help that he comes in a bloody glittery like dressing gown cape, almost like reminiscent of the days of when Ric Flair would come down, dressed like that, and you really do kind of switch back and forth between that, and you do make the connection. And for me, it's like, I can't picture you as a big man doing your.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. I didn't think it was a great match. I thought it was a good match.
It was a solid. We're going somewhere, but not really.
It's one of those very much you can tell Triple H wants to take one of them up to main roster and soon.
Yeah.
You can pretty much look at when Nakamura had his match against who was it? Injured at the moment. Andrew's favorite wrestler, Irish guy.
Circle Devitt.
Yeah, sure. That was his other name in wrestling. But yeah, well, everybody knows who I'm on about anyway.
Yeah,
But Andrew is definitely gonna fill in the name for me here, because I'm drawing blanks.
Finn Balor is done.
Finn Balor, there we go.
Yeah, sorry, I actually didn't realise that you were drawing blanks before you were joking.
Finn Balor is very much reminiscent of the match where Finn Balor was against Shinsuke Nakamura, and you could really tell.
You could really tell that was a match that it was because they wanted to get it in before they pushed Balor up.
So whether it's Roode that goes up, which I can't see, or Nakamura that goes up, which I can see, but I'm not sure it'd be good for him. I'd love to see him go up, still holding the belt. That, for me, would really kind of elevate the NXT belt, and they could work off that.
I can't really picture that happening, to be honest. But
We will find out in the future.
yeah.
Yeah. Very good night.
Yes, so pay-per-view as a whole, I thought,
I
I
think
thought it was a
a
good
good
pay-per-view.
6.5 to 7 out of 10.
I wouldn't go that high. I'd say it was just okay, so I'll give it a 5.
I'd probably go for about 6 out of 10. It was good. I've got to be honest, I think the time length helps, because you don't really get that sort of like... Because let's be honest, I mean, we're about to go into WrestleMania. By hour number 5, when you include the kickoff show, you're going to be flagging a bit. And I think the whole, 2 hours, and they went long. It went to 2.5 hours. I think that's a nice sort of like...
Yeah, it was a nice sitting.
You don't get, the fatigue.
This reference might be a little bit odd, but it was like having a nice Sunday roast.
Only British people are going to get that, dude. Anyway, that's 17 minutes.
Well, I tell you what. Finish this off. Obviously the big push of the night was we're going to swap out to all new belts.
Yeah, that for me.
I mean, we've spoken about this before, and I think we're all in agreement. They've
Not
gone
the greatest designs.
They've gone down the route of let's make all the belts really standardised.
Yeah.
Which we disagree with. Well, I disagree with personally. I think you need to have your champion choose what belt he comes out with.
I think your point is that you like to see the
wrestlers'
influence on that.
It's...
I get reminiscent of the days when you can look at a belt and go,
that's
that belt. You know exactly
but
which championship it
overall,
is.
A decent night.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. For us, it was 3 in the morning when it ended. So
3:30.
Yeah.
I think by the time I got in the door, it was 4:30.
Yeah.
And it didn't seem to go on too long. I thought it was a good pay-per-view, and it's kind of got me quite hyped for Mania.
Probably would be better to watch it not
was,
live than live. One of those that you really just want to look back on. You don't. You. No offense, if you did watch it live, that's fine. Then why are you watching this? But it's one of those that you very much want to look back on rather than you want it to be watching live.
Yeah. It was a good pre-show.
Yeah, good pre-show.
Yeah. And on that,
good night.
Good night.